Everybody, welcome back to the Gamers Vault, and I'm your host, James. Let's do a couple of things I wanted to go over. So, but first, before I go over this, I'm gonna go put that up here. Recently, I had my teeth pulled. I had one here pulled and the back wisdom tooth pulled. So, if I sound a little off on the video, it's only because of the teeth. They still hurt a little, and they're healing. And I know I'm not supposed to make a video, but I really wanted to get back to the Dreamcade replay. I contacted one of the admins that were at the site. They just came up with a new update, and I wanted to tell my viewers about it because one or two of them had questions regarding it. So hopefully this video does go over that. That's what I want to be discussing today is Dreamcade replay, and then we're gonna just go over whatever you want to go over. Any questions or concerns, please guys leave them at the bottom. I'm always open to answer any of the questions. Before I do that, real quick, let me go ahead and blow up my picture, if I can. Let me see here. Yes, I can. Okay. I'll blow up my picture real quick so you guys can see. I want to show you guys something. There it is. Alright. So, I went to the thrift store today, and I went a little game chasing. So, I didn't spend a lot of money because I really can't spend a lot like I used to. I have to save up on a lot of stuff. But I wanted to show you guys what I have. So, I got these two games. Now, they were not on sale, and you're probably wondering why this is outside the case of this. Because they're pretty much the same. That's what the case belongs to. Why'd you spend $8 on a case and $7 on a game? Because when I opened up the case, what was inside was Streets of Rage for the Genesis. And you know, loose, this goes for $17. So for me to pay $8 for it, sure, I'll pick up the $8. So this game does not belong in there. Golden Axe, which is a good oldie, that belongs in there. So I'm gonna put Golden Axe in its place, and I have that. Also, my mother just got back from Disneyland, and I just saw this game, and I was like, you know what? It looks interesting enough, and it reminded me of her trip. So this one's called Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, and this was $5 today because it was half off. They have it for $10, but it's half off. It's $5 today, so it's not so bad. $5 for an NES game. Then, and I swear this is the last one, guys. Then I saw on a peripheral that I thought was interesting, so I was like, you know what? I gotta check this out. It's the multi-tap for the Genesis, and again, this was $5, but they had it half off, so I spent $2.50 for it. $2.50 to have a 4-player multi-tap for the system. So not so bad finds today for a little game chasing. So I wanted to get you guys part of the game chasing community. So without further ado, let's get into the topic, right? Let's go. Let me get my mouse, and I'll bring my camera back down again so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay. The Dreamcade replay. So again, I was in touch with the admins, and I asked if it's okay for me to show this, since I am part of the Kickstarter, and they said not a problem. Thank you for asking. So I want to go ahead and bring this out there because they need. I want everyone to feel comfortable when it comes to the replay, and I also have some concerns I want to address as well. So let's get started, guys. So this is the China update from Mike that's still in China finalizing the contract. So I'm going to point out a couple of key things he says here. Lots of progress on the replay here in China. We've agreed on most of the contract terms. The hardware specs are complete. The hardware specs are complete. I'll get right back to that in a minute. Though we are still finalizing little things like packaging and HDMI cables. It's a long process because we literally have every chip and IC specified in the contract, along with alternate chips for things like the flash memory, where the market changes daily. Kickstarter is a little difficult to upload images to the best circumstances, so they couldn't get these images up, but we're going to get to the website to do that. So here's the concerns that the Dreamcade replay people want to address, and I'm going to tell you what he's saying. Several people have commented that our case looks like the mini PCs on the market selling for around $200. None of these are the same as the replay. While some were made at the same factory as ours, I've seen at least a dozen different brand names on the assembly line. They are not the same. They all start with the same Intel reference design and the same or similar molds. then diverge from there. Our design is what we feel gives the best feature for our console. I hope to have the final contract sample in hand and contract signed by the next week. Once it's signed, it will take about 21 to 40 days to start shipping. So those of you guys who are a Kickstarter, 21 to 40 days after the contracts are signed to start shipping out these replays. So just keep that in mind, guys. We've already supplied things like the artwork for the packaging, replay manual to speed the process as much as possible. I was able to get a few surveys for different backer levels sent out before I left, so most of these won't make it out until after I return late next week. Same thing for the game licensing terms. Have been agreed to from most of the games, but we need to finalize a contract. Once you receive a replay, a one-time internet connection will be required to register and download some of the game packs that won't be finished in time to make it on the final disc image. We've sent out a few review units, and I'm bringing back the entire box with me, so hopefully you should start seeing more reviews soon. I would like to promise we'll post our own video, but I'm not sure we'll get to it very soon, as everyone is swamped right now on making the replay as awesome as possible. So I want to address a couple of things that the replay team is saying here, and this is probably the president Mike, who's over there. He's been over there with China trying to finalize our replays. The first thing I want to go over is the hardware specs. Someone told me that they were gonna pre-order, but they were afraid about the hardware specs. As you already seen from Mike, it is set. They already got the hardware specs that they want. It's just they have to negotiate what the packaging is going to look like and what's going to be in the packaging. So you don't have to worry about the hardware specs changing. The second thing I want to talk about is the mini PC, which let's brass tacks. That's what everyone's going after, is the mini PC. What's going on with that? So a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just buy a mini PC that has Windows 10 on it, and there you go, there's your replay. So that mini PC is $189. I spent $129 for my replay. And it comes with a controller and an awesome front end. And it allows me to get my ROMs from my systems. So I don't understand what people's problem is. You guys are worried about the design. He just said everything comes from. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go to brass tacks here. Everything comes from China. It's always gonna come from China. So, a lot of our products that we have are going to look similar. Yes, it's going to look similar. They've tested this replay out, and we're going to go in a minute to the website, to the forums, and we're going to see what he sent back from China. We're going to see these photos that he's talking about. I always tell you guys, visit the forums. They have a Dreamcade replay forums. I'm going to show you what they look like again, so you guys can take a look at it. And I want you guys to check it out for yourself. He has them up there. Listen, guys. Here's a developer who is making a product, who said what the product is, making the product, and has let you know from day one what it's about. So I don't see the problem here. Other developers or other Kickstarters, I've seen a huge problem with that. They are so secluded, they're so shady, this, that, and the other. These guys have been an open book the whole way through. Now, I'm not a big YouTuber, so I don't have one of those demo units. But Drew Talks, I don't really, you know what? Drew Talks. He's the one who had who had the opportunity to get a demo unit from Dreamcade Replay. I'll see if I can try to put his links at the bottom here, so you guys can check it out for yourselves. He was able to not only get the replay, but to show people what it looked like and how it worked. And let me tell you, it was phenomenal. It looks great the way it looks. Yes, there's Launchbox, but I like the replay better. I'm sorry. That's just my personal preference. And I don't have to spend a whole lot of money on from Launchbox to this one. And it's a mini PC. Fine, I don't care. But you know what? It works. And it's perfect for what I wanted to do. So, after the video, I implore you guys, look at that at the bottom here. Check it out. Because it looks really good the way the replay looks like in action. So keep that in mind. Anyway, let's go over to their forums and take a look at what they have. So here's the Replay Central, the home of the Dreamcade Replay and all things retro gaming. So this is what they made over there. And they're just showing you pretty much what everything had said. They're giving out the few review units to the bigger YouTubers so that way everyone can see it. But anyway, let's get to the brass tacks here. So here's our photos of 3 different styles. I actually have 2 more that have small differences. I left them out at each of the mini PC factories for testing. So here's what the controls look like, guys. Personally, out of all 3 of these, if I had a choice, right, I would eliminate the middle one. I really don't like the way it looks. I would take that out. But these 2 look great. You know, the only thing I could suggest is the 3rd one right here. It looks really nice with the little logo here. But I would change from, I think it says open game. I would change that to replay or Dreamcade. I would say Dreamcade on that. If I had a choice, if I was there talking to these guys, I would have something like that. But to be honest with you, if I could take this little emblem, put it up here, and say Dreamcade replay, I love the way this style looks. I'm going to tell you why. Look at the round circles here. It has the metal around it with the buttons like that. I love the way that looks. That looks so nice. So yeah, that's what I would suggest doing as far as if I had my way. But I'm sure Mike, who has our best interest in hearts as a gamer and as a retro fan, I'm sure he'll take a look at the photos and choose the best one that is suited for us. But if I had my choice, that would be my choice. Would be this one right here. Also, just to show you guys what the differences is, look at the digital buttons here. Look at the buttons here. So you see small differences. Also, look at the start select buttons. Start select buttons look like this. Like I said, I'm more leaning towards this one on the first one than I did on the 3rd one. So I changed my mind. The only thing is, this can go up here and have the icon. Anyway, let's go a little further down. Fan noise level testing in my hotel room. We did a more accurate testing on the initial sample. So he got a sample, and it looks like the hard drive, he put it there, and this is what this sounds like. 35.2 decibels. So it's a little, it has some noise to it, but not a lot. So you can see that right off the bat. He's showing us what it looks like. Power supply. Supposed to that failed. So they look at the power supplies too. See, like I said, Mike's got our best interest. He's looking at these power supplies and going over it with a fine-tooth comb. He's not sending the product out and giving us the cheap brand of what it looks like. Look at this. He's going against power supplies. He's showing us which ones are not good and which ones are good. So this is one of the other ones. There you go. And this is the supply that passed. So that's showing us the difference. I love this. Look at that. This is the factory on where it's being made. HDMI cable tester. So there you go. He doesn't have too many photos of that, but this is the site. So overall, guys, I think overall it's looking really, really good for the replay so far. I'm very excited. Again, I'm not gonna have one of these test units. I don't think to be honest with you, with the subscribers I currently have right now, I don't really think it's feasible for them to send me a test unit. But I am very much looking forward to getting my unit when it officially comes in, my official unit, and I will do an unboxing on mine, and then we'll do an initial setup, everything. I will take everyone through the steps on how this thing sets up, so we could take a look together and find out how a replay is gonna be how a replay looks like. That's more important to me than anything else. So just to give you guys a heads up, I'm very, very excited for the replay. Very excited. I've seen other YouTubers suggestions on it. Be honest with you guys, we're YouTubers, right? We're reviewers. You look to us to give you our best thoughts on it. For people who don't have the replay or don't see the vision behind it, listen to them definitely, but take their opinions like mine with a grain of salt. Judge for yourself. I mean, like I said, I'm going to show you Drew Talk's video at the bottom here, so you guys can check it out and see it in action. Because he's done like 3 videos so far for the replay on the trial replay that he's got. And let me tell you, you guys should be amped. I am. And if you haven't purchased a replay, what are you waiting for? I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. That Retro Engine Sigma crap and the Coleco Communion crap, that's nothing. Those are gone. Those are behind me, dude. That's basically what it is. It's like, bye. Okay? This thing right here is going to be phenomenal. It's going to do exactly what you want. Up to arcade games. Think about the possibilities. You could stream some stream games through it, and then use Stream Home. Drew Talks does that too. Again, I'm going to show you all that stuff. Anyway, guys, this is just a short video. I can't talk for long. I'm starting to get my teeth starting to hurt a little bit, but I wanted to at least show you guys what my thoughts were. These are the final thoughts. Until I get my replay, I'm not going to do any more videos against this yet. I do want to thank the Dreamcade replay team for allowing me to show the final review videos on the China update that Mike had sent over with his team, so we can get that going. Either way, guys, thank you so much for joining me in the vault today, and I will see you next time. Take care.